What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at the all-new 2026 Toyota Rav4. This one is the SE model, so a little bit more on the basic side. Finished off in Storm Cloud with an MSRP just over $35,000. Big shout out to Flow Toyota of Statesville for providing this new vehicle for today's video. Take a look at their website linked down below. And let's get right into now the all-new Rav4, America's best-selling SUV. Underneath the hood of the all-new 2026 Toyota Rav4, you're gonna find a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter inline four-cylinder. This is a hybrid front-wheel drive, so net horsepower is gonna be around 226. The engine makes 163 pound-feet of torque. With this, it's gonna be running on a 14.5-gallon fuel tank. You can expect 47 miles per gallon in the city with 40 out on the highway. Overall curb weight is a little over 3,700 pounds and maximum towing capacity is 1,700 pounds. The overall length is 181 inches with wheelbase at 105.9. Width is 73, height is 66.5, and ground clearance is 8.1 inches. Moving on to the styling with the all-new Toyota Rav4. I really like just how boxy it looks. It has a much more aggressive and modern style than before. You're gonna get a nice set of LED headlights. For the SE model, we just have this silver trim throughout it, a standard incandescent bulb before the turn signal. You're gonna get this gloss black trim piece cutting from one headlight to the other with a gloss black Toyota badge. I really like this front grille too with this body color design and the black chrome trim throughout it. We have all our forward-facing parking sensors, this nice black trim. It even says Rav4 in it. And then the lower section also has more of the gloss black. So I really like how even this more basic spec kind of has some higher trim details to it with gloss black versus any cheap plastic. So really good looking exterior with good use of high quality finishes. You have a nice sharp line throughout the hood cutting towards that windshield. And then once again, gloss black for the whole fender arch. You have a nice set of 18-inch wheels with a nice multi-spoke look. And then the entire rocker panel is also in the gloss black. I love the sharp body line cutting through the doors, making its way all the way up into the rear. Has a really cool look. We have body colored on the door handles, gloss black mirror caps with an LED turn signal, and then just black trim all throughout the windows. I like how the lower portion of the A-pillar has a black trim piece. You're also gonna find that towards the back. So it kind of makes the roof area look like it's floating. We have gloss black roof rails as well. And then for the whole side profile, very similar to the previous generation Rav4, just a good looking footprint with nice sharp lines all throughout it. As we make our way in back, once again, you have all these really cool looking sharp lines cutting into the back. We have a body colored spoiler with the gloss black trim. And I like how the taillights are all integrated. Very good looking LED design, all connected with this gloss black trim. You have all your badging as well. And then the whole rear bumper has a nice gloss silver trim piece as well as more of the gloss black. We have your rear facing parking sensors, that SE badge. Then you can see your backup camera underneath with the hybrid logo. So again, really can't complain, just a good looking SUV in every angle you look at it. For the key fob, your typical Toyota one, we have our power tailgate, lock and unlock, and then it says Rav4 on the back. Now if you go ahead and keep the car locked, of course you can just grab the door handle, it's gonna automatically unlock, and we can check out this interior. So the SE being more of a basic one, just gonna get a black fabric interior. We do have some soft touch materials. This whole insert as well as the armrest is a nice padded vinyl. A little bit of hard plastics up above as well as the lower side. But then right in the center, we have this nice large grab handle with storage and then all of your basic controls. A release handle, and then you're gonna see a nice set of last fit floor liners. Quick interruption for today's video. I've installed the last fit all-weather floor mats on this brand new Toyota Rav4. You're gonna notice how nice they fit in here. They use lasers to measure everything to where these all-weather floor mats are gonna fit just like factory. The lip around all the mats is going to be very high and cover a lot of the OEM carpeting underneath and go up to even the door sills as well as seat brackets to really do a great job protecting all your carpet. Very easy to remove, clean, put back in, and you have perfect carpets underneath. So these are really gonna just keep your interior clean. When you buy a brand new car, that's what you want. The rubber is a nice, durable, soft material. It fits very well and just looks great inside the Rav4. And obviously, as you can tell, the fit is spot on. Also, take a look at the link down below. We have a link for these kits, as well as a discount code for all of our viewers. That way, on your new Rav4, you can get set up with a good discount on a really nice set of all-weather floor mats. Moving on to the interior, you're gonna see a power driver seat with adjustable lumbar support, the black fabric with a nice blue contrast stitching, and then a textured material for the entire insert. Up above, we have this gray striping, so it does have a nice look for a basic fabric seat. Then we're gonna get a black leather wrapped steering wheel with black stitching as well as some dark trim. And then now inside the 2026 Toyota Rav4 SE, keep my foot on the brake and go ahead and fire it up. Got the 2 screens that'll roar to life. The electronics turn on and the engine may or may not turn on. We're gonna see this nice silver Toyota badge. And then on the far left side, we have voice commands, we have audio and track, a couple screen controls, and then all your cruise controls on the right. We do have distance pacing, lane keeping, and steering assist. For the right stock, we're gonna get all the windshield wiper controls. Headlights and turn signals are over on the left. And then for this screen in the center, we have a nice power meter along with your speed, and then we can control this screen with more designs. So we have a couple different presets, like driving info, we have navigation that'll pop up as well, more traditional view, and then back into the original one. So nice look, it's simple but easy to read, and nice designs. We have interior dimming, we also have your power tailgate, fuel cap is down below. A little bit of hard plastic with this nice soft touch vinyl, and then this satin metallic gray trim. You have this very unique flat style on the dashboard, and then a nice hidden storage area on this far right. We have more of that satin gray trim, and then all the soft touch material all throughout the center of the dash. Now this is the smaller screen available on the Rav4. Honestly, it fits the interior very well. You're gonna see we have all the touchscreen controls. Once set up, we can have nav. We have all these different settings, very easy to operate and very easy to customize as well. We have the nav for full screen, audio full screen, phone of course, and then all of your settings. So a lot of good things in here. We even have a drive recorder depending on how many cameras you have. You get a nice view around. Climate control is always integrated right here. So you can easily tap the screen and do it like that. You can also use these physical buttons. We even get heated seats for this one, heated steering wheel as well. And then fan speed and zone is always right here. So very easy, you can make those controls. You can also toggle your zone right here. If you tap that, you are gonna get a nice looking depiction with everything, different options. You can customize a couple things as well. So overall, it's really simple given everything is always there. Volume in the center, your defrost as well. Then you're gonna get your air vents right in the center. We do have a dry mode toggle, so it's gonna pop up and you can configure the screen a little bit, which is a nice look, or you can also, of course, just use touchscreen. You're gonna do the auto LSD with traction control over here. You can tap this and you can see that popping up on the main screen, turning some of those systems off. We also have an EV drive mode for the hybrid system for slow speed. So if the battery is charged enough, you have some good slow speed driving. For the backup camera in reverse, you have a nice simple screen. You can configure it a little bit with basically 2 angles, and then of course your guidelines. Going back into park, we have a lot of storage all throughout the center. You can easily fit 2 cell phones here, as well as in this underside. You're also gonna get 2 USB-C ports. We have a nice bit of storage in the center with a removable piece. And then we have the leather wrapping around the shift boot, auto hold, park and brake, and more of this nice satin gray trim. For the armrest, we have a nice comfortable padded design, and then opening that up, decent amount of storage. Now there's a plug in there, and we can flip this completely around and use this as a storage bin if needed. One last look at the interior with the fabric. It does look pretty good for this interior, again on the basic side, but still quite nice. Large glove box as expected, and then this one just has a basic black headliner. You're gonna get a sunglass holder up here for some small glasses. Then you're gonna get a thin manual basic mirror, and then extensions up on the sun visor. Moving on to the back seats with the all-new Rav4, grabbing the door, opening it up. You're still gonna get the nice vinyl soft touch material for this insert, harder plastics. Higher trim levels do have a premium vinyl and soft touch materials. So nice to see all the differences. We're gonna get the same blue stitching and then this nice fabric insert throughout these back seats. Now this can seat 3 people back here. We also have the center where you're gonna see an armrest as well as cup holders. And we're still gonna get air vents in the back with 2 USBs, and then there's gonna be storage areas on the back sides. Now these seats have 2 angles of recline, which is a great touch, and they will also fold down nice and flat, as you can tell, for better cargo space. So sitting into the back with the all-new Toyota Rav4 at 5'11", honestly I sit here pretty good. I have a lot of headroom. The driver's seat at my height still gives me good knee room and foot room. I will say the seats are just a tad low for my taste. My legs wouldn't mind a little bit more cradling to them. I could actually sacrifice some headroom for a little bit taller seat. However, angle of recline is fantastic. You have huge windows. I love how skinny this pillar is, so it does feel very open. Car seats fit pretty good in here. The front passenger seat, I can kind of sit comfortably, so it's not the worst, not the greatest, but overall pretty good. So overall, I give like a 90 out of 100 in the back seat. Pretty good for your average person. Kids won't complain. Not a bad family car. Onto the cargo space now. You can just press the button underneath the Toyota badge, and we do have a power tailgate even for the SE. Now this is going to get around 37.8 cubic feet of cargo volume with the seats up, and closer to 70 cubic feet with everything down. You're going to have a privacy cover as well. We can very easily get that out of the way, and when you want it all the way down, you just pull it and it will pop downwards. You're going to see lighting, plugs, and then extra storage. And then underneath the floor, you are going to see a spare tire, which is awesome, especially for a hybrid. You can easily grab the recline levers too to get these to fold nice and flat, and they're going to offer you flat folding seats with no crazy bump or anything like that. From here, we have a handle up above and then one button. We can very easily close everything down. All right, so setting off now in the 2026 Rav4 SE. So sport mode is going to make it just a little bit more zippy. One thing I like with the acceleration with this car, being a hybrid and an eCVT for the transmission, it technically drives like an electric car, where as soon as you give it throttle, the electric motors are actually giving you that assistance. So there's no real lag or anything with acceleration. It's not particularly a fast car, however, it does drive really well, and it's nice and zippy around town. That's probably one of my favorite things with the car overall. Brakes work really nice, and I like how the steering feels pretty good too. Just giving it half throttle effortlessly gets up to speed pretty well. So it's overall just a kind of a good around town car with no real compromises. Cruise control all works pretty good, especially with the lane centering, the distance pacing and everything. And I like how you can kind of mix and match what you'd like to see on the screen. But it's comfortable in here, even with just the fabric seats. You know, it's a nice seating position, plenty of good glass panels all around to give you a really good view around. So it's just a comfortable, easy car to drive over your left and right shoulder. Really can't complain. You have just a lot of good view. All the buttons and everything are easy to get used to, and the tech works well. Honestly, I do not mind the touchscreen controls. It's actually easy to toggle everything, and everything is always readily available. So, I don't know, the Rav4 just drives well. I think they've done a good job on it. It's zippy around town. You hear and kind of feel the engine turning on. However, it doesn't really do it in an annoying way. So it's a really good hybrid system, very simple feeling. I do like the all-wheel drive one a little better because you're going to get a little bit of torque steer with this front-wheel drive, especially if you're really hammering the throttle or accelerating out of a turn. So that might be my only complaint with front wheel. However, better gas mileage. So, you know, if you're just around town driving, this is going to be just fine. It's an easy car to maneuver too. So it's going to be easy to park and just a really easy car to drive. This is something that, you know, if you're looking for just a good daily that is exceptionally fuel efficient, not really that expensive overall, and something that is nice to drive around town. So my honest thoughts now with the Toyota Rav4. So first time checking out the SE model. To be honest, it's not really much different from an XLE model. It kind of has the same interior with the more basic vinyl and plastics, but with a fabric interior. And then the exterior, this is more like an XSE, which is a bit more sporty on the outside. So the fact that we do have the gloss black on the exterior, nice set of smaller wheels, you know, the outside of this looks just like a top trim, you know, $45,000, $50,000 Rav4. So I feel like the SE might be that sweet spot, aside from the fabric seats, which really is the only downfall comparing this to higher trim levels. But honestly, for $1,000, you could get genuine leather seat coverings that are gonna do a really good job looking OEM. So this is kind of the sweet spot without breaking the bank. And you know, when the Rav4 was coming out, this new 2026, the price was a big thing people were concerned about. Prices have gone crazy these days. The Rav4 didn't really see anything crazy in terms of pricing. Some of the trim levels are actually a little bit cheaper than before. Some are a little bit more. But overall, it's kind of what you would expect in this segment. So I think Toyota did a really good job keeping this an affordable car and giving you plenty of options if you're not looking to spend, you know, the higher money on a higher trim. So I kind of appreciate that with Toyota offering a Rav4 for everybody. And it's nice that you can get plenty of good features on this one. Honestly, this might be just a good spec to go with if you don't want the cheapest one, you know, the most basic one, but want something that's nice without breaking the bank. This is kind of a good way to go. I like the smaller screen. Actually, it has all the same functions as the big screen. So it looks great in here too. It doesn't look too tacky or anything like that. The Rav4 drives good. I like how it feels nice. The steering is good, the suspension's comfortable. It handles really well. A lot of crossovers in this segment are loose and vague and just not exactly that fun to drive. Not to say this is supposed to be a sports car, but if I'm driving a car, I want it to feel like something that I'm in command of, not just a big airy box on wheels. So the Rav4, it feels good. It feels mechanical. It feels like a very well-built car. Even hitting that bump, the suspension does a good job. Even something like that, normal driving, it's smooth. It does what you want rather quickly for a crossover. So it's just a very direct vehicle that drives good, and I don't think there's any real compromises in it. My only maybe complaints, given the climate is all in the screen, when you do first initially start up the vehicle, sometimes there is a little bit of a delay for this screen to turn on to be able to crank the fan up. In today's market, everything is going touchscreen. I would still like a fan speed button. We have temperature, we would like to see a fan speed. However, it's only a couple seconds, and it's better than most cars where everything is in the screen and you have to go to different menus just to get to fan speed. So the fact that everything is readily available, it makes it simple 99% of the time. So I don't really have major complaints with the screen. I think it overall looks good and works good, has what you want without being overly complicated, and also looks nice in general. Now this armrest, the flipping is cool and all, but does make it sound a little plasticky when your arm's on it. I would rather just have a normal one, just because I would actually never use the storage or the tray it has. But nitpicky complaints are really my only complaints with it. I think the interior, you gotta see it in person. It's a lot nicer in person than you'd think. It is very utilitarian and simple. I'd say a more modern style than a lot of others. And again, it'd be nice to have a bit more contrast, but when you're in it, it actually feels nice. Everything, like there's no rattling or anything. It's actually very well built, even if it is more on the basic side. So the Rav4 has a lot to offer, and there's so many trims. An XSE is going to have a very premium feeling material all around it. So it's actually a lot different, even though it may not look on camera different. But check out the Rav4. I've been liking them. It's cool to see what a budget one looks like, and honestly, no real complaints. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for plenty more content. Big shout out once again to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing this new Rav4 for today's video. Check out the link to their website link below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.